Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about class 10 chapter number 3, that is linear equations in two variables. The topics we are going to cover in this chapter are these: that we'll understand about the linear equations in two variable, about their solutions, about their graphical representation. Then we will get to know about the pair of linear equations and about their solutions, their graphical representations. Then we'll get to know type of solutions, whether their solution are consistent, inconsistent, then ratio test to find the type of solutions, then graphical representation of each of these following cases. So let's just begin our chapter just by understanding first what are linear equations. So linear equations are the equations involving the power of the variable term will be 1. In linear equations, the variable term will have the power or the degree of 1. Here we have the linear equations in two variable. So in linear equations of two variable, the power of both the variables will be 1. See, we have the standard representation of linear equation of two variable, that is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Here a and b a, b, c are the constants, x and y are the variables having the degree of 1. And one more condition for it to be a linear equation of two variable is a and b can never be 0, right? These two terms cannot be 0 to make it a linear equation of two variable. I have given an example of it also, that is 2x plus 3y minus 6 is equal to 0. So this is what linear equation in two variables is about. Then let's just find the solution of the linear equation of two variable. To find the solution, we have to find the value of x and y. It will be very simple. We have a linear equation of two variable, that is x plus y is equal to 5. What we will do, we'll find the value of y in terms of x. Y is equal to 5 minus x. Then what we will do, we will put the value of x by ourselves one by one and get the value of y. So when we put value of x is equal to 1, we get the y minus 1. 5 minus 1, that is the value of y is 4. Similarly, when we put x is equal to 2, we'll get the value of y 3, that is 5 minus 2 is 3. 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. Same so on, we'll get four values of the linear equations of the two variable, that is when x is equal to 1, y is equal to 4, x is equal to 2, y is equal to 3, x is equal to 3, y is equal to 2, x is equal to 4, y is equal to 1, and so on. So then comes the graphical representation of these linear equations. The point we have found it here, we'll just make a graph and plot these values in this graph. So first point is represents 1 comma 4, second point is going to represent 2 comma 3, third point is going to represent 3 comma 2, and fourth point is going to represent 4 comma 1. So this is very simple. We can represent it very easily just by finding the solutions of the linear equations. Then comes pair of linear equations. Here two equations representing the pair of linear equations of two variable, where a1 is the coefficient of equation 1, coefficient of x, not equation 1, and b1 is coefficient of y, and c1 is a constant for the equation 1. Similarly, a2 is coefficient of x in equation 2, and b2 is coefficient of y and c2 is the constant for this equation 2. This is an example of pair of linear equation. Here a1 is 2, b1 is 3, and c1 is minus 7. Similarly, in equation 2, a1 is 4, b2 is minus 1, and c2 is minus 5. Then next, how to find the solution of pair of linear equation. There are several methods to find the solution of linear equation, but one of the method is graphical method. Here what we have done, we have given two linear equations, that is x plus y is equal to 5 and x minus y is equal to 1. We have finded the points values of x, y in respective equations, then plotted these equations on the graph. So this blue line is representing line L1 while this brown line is representing line L2. And what we see, when we plotted these two lines are intersecting at this point, and this point is representing the coordinate 3 comma 2, which is called the common solution of these two linear equations. Right, how can we check is it solution or not? We will just put the values of these coordinates in both the equation will be satisfied. Let's just see, 3 plus 2 is equal to 5 and 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. So it is satisfying both the equations and it is a common solution of both pairs. Then how many types of solutions of these equations are? There are basically these three types of solution we see in pair of linear equations. Number one is that's one solutions. In this, the graph of the line will be intersecting lines and the nature of equation will be consistent. What are these? How we find these solutions is by comparing the coefficients of the equations. See, what we have two equation, a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. So firstly what we will check, a1 a2 and b1